Hey guys, it's GameFace here, and welcome to episode 1 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode, of course, we're going to be setting things up. It's obviously a brand new career mode, and new to FIFA 18 and all those sort of things. So we're going to be starting off with Leeds to begin with. We will also have a Barcelona career mode as well going alongside this. Really excited to start the career mode. Today's episode is going to be about sorting out the team, bringing in players, getting rid of players as well. Our transfer budget is not too bad. I've added an extra 60% on top of it. It was £7.5 million. Now it's just over £12 million. But the reason why I've done that is so we don't have to bother going through the pre-season stuff, which I think kind of slows down the career mode a little bit. But yeah, we've got just over £12 million to spend. Really looking forward to this. As a Leeds fan myself, of course, it's going to be really enjoyable, hopefully, with some of these players we have in this side. We're going to go through the team, we're going to go through the objectives, do those sort of things in today's episode, as well as trying to sign players, and we'll see whereabouts we get to in terms of getting to sort of the first league game of the season. We'll take a look at some of the objectives, first of all, from the board. Most of them are medium or high, and we do have youth development. First of all, sign 2 players with a potential of over 75 to your youth squad, increase their overall by at least 10 points. Pretty decent. We've also got another one as well, which says sign 4 youth players to the senior team in the same season they were scouted, play them in 20 matches, either as part of the starting 11 or as a sub. So quite a difficult one actually, that one. We could maybe struggle with that one a little bit further on in the season. Brand exposure, again another medium one, 2 targets again, gain £8.8 million worth of earnings from shirt sales within a season, and then long term within 3 seasons, increase season ticket holders with at least 10% of the stadium's capacity. Financial one, it's a medium one, reduced player wage by 44 grand a week. That's a really difficult one. We're never going to be able to do that, I don't think. EFL Championship, gain automatic promotion. Absolutely trying to do that. Leeds obviously smashing it at the moment in real life, top of the league as I'm recording this. The other one is to reach the round of 32 of the FA Cup as well. So another potentially difficult one. We're hopefully going to be able to do that though. Hoping for a good cup run this year. Before we get into today's episode though, if we could try and hit for the first episode 200 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you just haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Aiming for 15,000 subscribers come the end of the month. You guys can help make that happen. I would really appreciate it if you did hit that button. Let's crack on with today's episode though. We do have a lot to try and get through. We've also been through some of the objectives, and we are going to go through the rest of the team, kind of navigate ourselves through this new look FIFA 18 career mode sort of interface that they've given us. The transfer hub is of course the place where we're going to go and put in some offers for various different players. But the thing we're going to be focusing on to begin with is the squad hub, and that is where we're going to take a look at our team, decide on the players that maybe we want to sell, decide on the players that of course we would like to try and keep as well. I'm going to stay fairly realistic for the first season or two. I will have to inevitably bring in some players though, which obviously Leeds won't have in real life, in order to strengthen their team a little bit more, but we will be bringing in a couple, we're getting rid of a couple as well, and I'll be back once I've decided on the players we're going to get rid of. Okay, so because a lot of these players have been recently signed by Leeds in real life, we can't list that many players. To be honest, I didn't really want to, but a couple of players that we have listed is McKay. He's going to go out on loan hopefully for us, get a little bit more experience. Obviously not quite good enough right now, 20 years old, 57 overall. If he doesn't vastly improve over that 1 year loan, then he might well be sold, to be honest, at the end of the season. We're also going to list a couple more players as well, and again the youngsters, guys I don't think have got that much future at the club, and it's going to be McKay again. One of the McKay brothers there are going to be transfer listed. We've also got Stokes as well, who's also going to be transfer listed, both of which are, I think, just for their age, not quite good enough yet. Obviously McKay's definitely not good enough for our striker position, and other than that I think we're pretty much sorted. Not to replace the list whatsoever. We are going to now try and sell them all. We'll also potentially look at any release clauses that we currently have in the squad. Hopefully none of them are going to come back and bite us, because obviously release clauses can be activated by any club at any point basically, and we need to make sure we've got nobody on any. Luckily I don't think we do, so we should be okay. Okay, now we're also going to work on the starting 11 as well. I've changed the formation a little bit. It's a 4-2-3-1, but not a wide now. We've just gone with the centre attacking mids across the sort of front three. So we're going to kind of go with that, see how he gets on with this formation. It could well be changed at some point if he doesn't perform for us. Got obviously Vivaldi there in goal. We've got Ayling, Janssen, Cooper and Radi in defence. Radi's going to play left back for us. There was obviously a few other options, but I think we're going to go with him. O'Kane and Anita for now at holding midfielder. That's probably subject to change. Klitsch could quite easily come in that position and play there for us. Alioski's going to start, Sayas there, and Hernandez across the 3 in that centre attacking mid position. And then Lasaka is going to play up front for us. Not too sure how he's going to get on. I don't usually do that well with target men up front, to be honest. I prefer faster players, but we're going to give him a go. We're going to give him a fair opportunity up front. He's obviously got great finishing and will be a good target man for us in the box as long as he gets into the box, which is obviously going to be the place we're going to try and start get crosses in for him. So we'll see how that goes. This is the bench that I've currently got as well. Obviously not final, it's just for now. But Bolton, Jackson, Pennington, Klitsch, Vieira, Roof, Dallas and Grot all on there. Don't go with any goalkeeper if you don't already know this. If you're new to this channel, I never put a keeper on the bench. So we have gone for this as our bench. Grot is also going to be a really exciting player for us. I think the main point with a lot of these overalls and a lot of these players that we have is to try and train them up. We do have a lot of really good players. We just need to, I think, try and train up a little bit to get into an overall we can justify starting them a little bit more. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to train up these 5 drills here. We're going to see how we get on. Obviously not expecting a fantastic week. It is the first week of training drills for us. So we'll see how we get on. Let's see. Decent, actually. Pretty decent week for us. Everyone on sort of an A, B, C grade other than Grot, who got a D on his attacking scenarios. But other than that, we did pretty well. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we should see some sort of overall growth. And in fact, we will be able to sim an extra day and then get ourselves a training drill straight away. So we'll be able to train them up as much as possible. We'll obviously try and change the drills a lot if we can. But then at some points we will have to keep with some of the players to also get a bit of consistency and try and get them going up in overalls. We're also going to start putting some bids for a few different players now. But first of all, got a transfer offer in for Stuart Dallas. And it's £1.1 million from Nottingham Forest. Another player that I've got particularly interest in getting rid of, to be honest, is value's 1.1, so we're not even going to bother negotiating, just going to eject it outright and not going to go any further with that one. Obviously, he committed his future to the club by signing a new contract, so we are going to go ahead with that and I think continue with that kind of theme in this career mode. We are obviously going to do some more play drills now. Hopefully going to see Vieira go up, maybe even go up to 70 overall. That'd be really good for us in the first episode. Not quite managed to do it though this week. Hopefully going to do it over the next couple of weeks, but he did go up on his vision and Grot went up on a couple of stats as well himself. I also think now's probably a good time to set up our youth academy if we can. And we are going to bring in basically the best possible scout we can. So we're going to spend nearly £3.5 million on a scout here. It's really important, I think, to try and develop the youth in this career mode. Leeds obviously massively about that, bringing players through the youth academy. It's exactly what we're going to try and do here, particularly English players. Is what we're going to go with to begin with. So we'll go with 9 months and we'll go technically gifted, try and get as many decent young English players as possible. I don't know if we'll bring in another scout just yet, we'll wait and see. I don't want to spend all our budget on it, but I obviously appreciate that we do have a fair amount of money and we're not looking to sign that many players. One player we are looking to sign is Flint from Bristol City. We're going to try and bring another centre-back who's obviously heavily linked in the summer, and we are going to try and bring in somebody else. The reason why I've done that is because Pennington is obviously a lone player, 66 overall, not that fantastic right now. Obviously we could decide to train him, but like I say, he's a lone player, so not really that much point doing it if he's going to leave us at the end of the season. So I'd rather bring in somebody that's going to be a bit more permanent. Flint's a guy that we're going to scout, and we should get that back in the next, I think, 3 days, it said. So we'll then be able to put in an offer after that. Transfer offer in here for Roof, another player I don't really have any interest in selling, and it's Aston Villa, of course it is. They want as many players as possible to Villa, and they would like £2.8 million to be paid for him. Well, that's what he's worth, but again, no interest in getting rid of Roof, so not even going to bother negotiating. I could block all offers for these players, but to be honest, I do quite like seeing them come in and rejecting them rather than just blocking all of them. Okay, final scout report here on Flint, 73 overall. Of course, we'll get straight into our starting 11. Ahead of Cooper, of course, our captain, so not great in that sense, but we do want to try and improve this team as much as possible. So we're going to try and sign up 6'6". He's going to absolutely rock for us, hopefully, at the centre-back position, alongside Janssen, and we do have to improve the team as much as possible, I think, in order to get promoted. Like I said before, I don't think we're going to bring in that many players, to be honest, maybe just 2 or 3, but we'll have to wait and see. Leave your suggestions in the comments section below, and I will read and reply as usual. We are going to approach Dubai for the first time in this career mode, see how we get on. I've been through some of these before, so I do kind of know what it's like. We are just going to skip through most of it, to be honest. Let's decide what sort of deal. Obviously, we want to do a transfer offer fee, so we are going to offer... It's difficult to know exactly how much, but we're going to go with £3.5 million, obviously more than what he's worth, and that is the reason why I want to send that off, submit the offer, see what they say. You have to do better than that. How about 4.15? It's a little bit more than I wanted to pay, to be honest. We'll get a little bit closer to it, I think. We'll counter, and we'll go with... No, oh, well... Well, we'll go with that then, by the looks of it. No negotiation there. Obviously clicked the wrong thing. But we have got ourselves Flint, that deal sorted for just over £4 million. More than I wanted to spend. I was after about 3.8 or 3.9, but obviously still yet to get used to the new menus on this game. But we will now agree, hopefully, to sort out the wage. Good thing about this FIFA is you can do it all at the same time, all on the same day, which is obviously really, really good. So we're now going to go on to his wage. Just over 33 grand a week is what he's currently on. We obviously need to try and give him something a little bit more than that, start, or maybe try and give us some bonuses or something. He wants a squad role of important. I'm going to accept that. I'm pretty happy to do that, to be honest. He's probably going to be more of an important player than he realises. And we'll move on to now discussing, I think, the wage, or how many years. Let's see. Currently 27 years old, so I think 3-year deal is going to be fair. Get him until he's 30. Hopefully he's okay with that, so let's wait and see. My client isn't happy. He wants a 1-year deal. What's the point of a 1-year deal? Let's counter that. We're going to have to go 2. I want him for longer than 1 year. Oh, okay, we've just about managed to sign a 2-year contract. A little bit frustrating. I wanted a 3-year contract, of course, to try and keep him as long as possible. He wasn't interested in that, and we're going to now propose a release clause or disregard it. We'll disregard. I don't really like release clause if we can help it, but he wants 46 grand as a result of that. That is ridiculous. Championship player of 46 grand, that can't be right. He's already on over 33, that is ridiculous. Wow, can we give him more of a signing-on bonus? We have to decide what to do here. Okay, so this is the offer that I've come up with. 35 grand a week. We've gone 500 signing-on bonus and 750 grand for his clean sheets as well. We'll see what they say for that. Hopefully they get a little bit closer, but I think the amount they asked for was ridiculous. He wants that, but with a wage increase of 44 grand, which I'm pretty sure benefits him more than the last deal. So, it's ridiculous, isn't it? 44 grand. Okay, let's counter it again. The agent's just going to continue to try and get as much as possible for the client, which is realistic in that way, in that sense, but I suppose it's going to be quite frustrating in negotiations for us. Let's see, he wants 43 grand, so we have come to some sort of agreement. And reluctantly, we're going to accept it. 43 grand a week is ridiculous, but we're going to go with it anyway to bring in what will be a really important player, I reckon, for us. So we've signed him up, got our first signing now, which is fantastic news for us. And we'll get that on the breaking news bit. No, not yet. Don't see any feature this breaking news thing, and hopefully it'll make it look pretty good when we sign some bigger names further along the career mode. We're looking forward to it. We'll now obviously take a look at our team. The fact that Cooper's going to now probably be dropped to the bench is not going to be great, and that means we obviously have to change our captain. But we are going to put Flint into the side, and he now joins Janssen at the centre-back position. Let me know your thoughts on who should be the new captain now. Tempting to put Janssen as my captain, although there's Berardi, Ayling, O'Kane who could be, Hernandez obviously who's got it at the moment. Let me know your thoughts as to who should be in that position right now. Of course, we'll have loads of games to play, so Flint and Cooper will be rotated between, as will Janssen as well, of course. There'll be lots of changes to this side as we have so many fixtures. Obviously 46 of the Championship, then all the different cup competitions as well. More transfer offers in here. This time it's Calvin Phillips, and it's Nottingham Forest again after some of our players. We want as many as possible. We've already got Bridcut, and now they want Calvin Phillips for £1.4 million, worth 1.3. Again, not really interested in getting rid of him, I don't think. Although we are potentially looking at a new centre mid, but I think we are going to reject it because I want to just try and keep him, try and train up as much as possible. Obviously, I think he's got a fairly good potential, I think, in this team. So we'll continue to try and train him up, hopefully, and we'll do some player development now. Don't know whether he was in the drills or not. Yeah, he does have 1 drill, so that's good. Hopefully get Vieira going up in overall this week. Let's wait and see. Hopefully a good week for us. Yes, there we go. Vieira goes up 70 overall now, and flying up in his stats. Good start already for us. Okay, again, some more play drills for us. We are starting to get a little bit further into the month and hopefully be able to get to our first league game. I think next episode, to be telling us, probably won't be able to get there in today's episode. Continues to try and get players go up in overalls. Grot is so close now to 67 overall, which is fantastic news. Now we're going to try and also look at some other players as well. I'm looking to try and bring maybe another centre mid, another holding midfielder, and there has been a guy that I've scouted, or been scouting at the moment for it, but I'm not so sure whether he's the right guy or not. Got a transfer offer in here for McKay. It's our striker that we transfer listed. His value is 150 grand. We've got a bid in for 120 grand. I think, to be honest, we're just going to accept it. It's from Stevenage. I want to try and get rid of the players and obviously try and get in a bit more space, I think, in our team. So let's set the transfer amount and hopefully he can agree a contract later on. Let's crack on and again try and go a little bit further on. You can see Sergio Roberto there going to Juventus, nearly £23 million on him. And you can see our final scout report back on one of the players I've been scouting. Again, nothing definite about this, just looking at very similar players, particularly in the centre-mid position, to play alongside O'Kane. This guy's certainly one overall, but I think he's got a little bit more pace than some of our other options. Doesn't seem to be outstanding though. Don't know whether it would be actually worth bringing him in or not. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to who you think I should bring in. I don't want to bring in loads of players, but I'd maybe like to add at least 1 or 2 more. And we'll wait and see exactly who we are able to add. Obviously not a fantastic budget right now. I think got about £4 million to spend, so probably enough for, like I say, 1 or 2 more players. Nearly £5 million to spend, and a wage budget which probably needs to be changed, to be honest. Transfer negotiations have broken down for Jack McKay, and that means he will not be going to Stevenage for now. We do have a transfer offer in for another player though that we have transfer listed, and it's Stokes this time. Motherwell trying to undercut what he's worth. And to be honest, we are again just going to accept it, try and get out the door, and no point really negotiating over 60 grand. Some more play drills. Obviously, the first game of the season is against Bolton. It's actually a couple of weeks away, but it's not that far away now, really. So we should hopefully get there at the start of next episode, which I'll be happy to obviously try and do. Get ourselves a league game, hopefully try and get ourselves 3 points as well in the first league game of the season, as Leeds did. Just saw Grot go up there to, I think, 67 overall now. Vincent Kompany's moved to PSG. Some interesting transfers, not going to say they're necessarily realistic, but what is a realistic transfer nowadays anyway, I suppose, with Neymar going to PSG as well. Transfer negotiations again breaking down between Stokes and Motherwell this time. A little bit strange, I don't know why that's happened twice already, but we'll have to wait and see whether that is a common theme in this career mode. Okay, so probably a week away now from the first league game of the season. Vieira goes up to 71 overall. So far, the drills are going pretty well. We've got 3 overalls across those players now, which is pretty decent. Obviously very happy with that. Vieira goes up to the next overall. That's 2 just this episode. Got a really bright future ahead, hopefully, for him. We'll also get to the youth squad reports as well. We'll try and get in a couple of youth academy players if there's anybody decent to try and sign. That'll hopefully be by the end of the episode. I think get the report back on the 1st or the 2nd of the month. So we'll have to wait and see how it got on here. Transfer offer in for Callum Phillips again, this time Birmingham City. £1.4 million, exactly the same as what we got in from Nottingham Forest. We're obviously going to reject it, not interested right now in getting rid of him. And just confirmation that the transfer talks did break down. Frustrating, but it happens, and I'm sure it'll happen more than once as well. On to this game against Bolton. Next episode, we'll sort out, hopefully, looking at our youth academy, if we are going to get in some sort of email for our youth academy players, please. There we go. Before that, though, we've got a bid in for Berardi. Just over £2 million, again Nottingham Forest, after as many players as they can possibly get from our team. It's not going to happen though with Berardi, he is here to stay for now. And we've got ourselves a scout report back on our youth players. Let's take a look at anybody decent. I'm usually really strict with youth players, so for example here, I'm only going to literally take Clark here, and I'm going to, I think, reject everyone else. Not interested in anybody else. In the long term, I don't think they're going to be any particular players here, any particularly good players here, so we are going to reject them all. So we are actually going to have enough time to play this game against Bolton, which is obviously great news. Get our first league game of the season in the first episode. This is a team that I think we're going to go with. I'm pretty sure it's the side we're going to go with. Obviously a little bit experimental, and we will obviously look to change players around a little bit, and we haven't even changed the bench as well from the team that I showed you earlier. So we are going to go with that. Like I say, it's the first league game of the season. I'm not expecting anything fantastic. We're also playing a legendary as well, so we'll see how we get on. Obviously a huge experiment in the first game. I've not played loads of matches, to be honest, on FIFA 18, so we'll have to wait and see how we get on. Massive fan of the Leeds kits, by the way, this season, particularly the away kit. I'm sure I'm going to end up buying one eventually. We are going to go 5-minute halves as well, and we are going to go at legendary difficulty to see how we get on. Let's wait and find out. A game against Bolton, obviously a match we should be winning, but with this sort of experimental team out, it's really going to be difficult to tell exactly how we'll get on. Hopefully good performance though from the soccer, who's there going to play up front for us as our target man in this game. Just going to hope that the players in behind him are going to supply him with enough opportunities and enough crosses to be able to benefit us. First things first though, always got to change the camera settings. I can't play on the other one. We'll go telebroadcast, that's the one I usually play on. Let's go. Our first game on the Leeds United career mode. Oh my days. One of my first games on FIFA 18, to be honest. Not played that many at all. Let's wait and see how we get on. Got to make sure we have a good performance and try and get this career mode off to a good start. And this season as well. Need ourselves 3 points like Leeds got in real life. Yes, well played, Anita. Got him in midfield to try and win it back like that. Now we need a good runner. Great ball through. See us! Oh, blazes over the bar. Oh no. What a good opportunity. Really early on. What a pass through from Anita, by the way. How's he scooped that one over the bar? Oh, not a great strike at all. Should be 1-0 up in the opening 5 minutes. Go on, let's have a go from here. Oof! Hits the top of the net. What a hit on his left foot. By the way, from Alioski. That's a fantastic strike from him. He's so far out. It looked outrageously high to begin with, but then dipped really at the end there. Just clips the top of the goal, and was so close actually from being a shot on target. Berardi coming inside now. Siaz looks to try and turn and maybe shoots. Oh, good strike, but just goes past the post. Hits it really cleanly. Keeps it down this time as well, but just past the post. Couldn't quite direct it on goal enough. Really good hit though from him. Keeper was never going to get there. If that had just been on target, that would have been a certain goal. So yes, inside here to Pablo Hernandez. Not seen too much of him, but Lasogga's going to shoot. This time scores. What a hit. Hernandez gets the goal, and Lasogga scores his first of the season. Really happy with that one. We started off really strong. Inside the first 30 minutes, got ourselves 1-0 up. Really good start to this match. What a hit, by the way. Great love from Hernandez. And you can just see there, great bit of carrying of the ball there. Plays it inside to Hernandez, hits it first time as well into the nets, and what a hit that is as well from our striker. Hits it so smoothly, and to be fair to him, so far been impressed. I said before, I'm not really into big target men. I prefer players with a little bit more pace playing up front. I'll tell you what though, he's not really looks particularly slow at the moment, which is good news for us. And at the moment he's trying to chase down the defence, winning back the ball as well, and has got himself a goal as well to top that off. Really, really good start to the game. It fully deserved as well based on our current performance. Bolton yet to have too many opportunities, and we'll gather that one up and start another attack hopefully. Chance for Bolton opened us up a little bit. A good save there. Had to be saved as well because it started to open up our defence quite a lot, and maybe a couple more touches. They might have ran through and got on one-on-one with the keeper. Corner for us to try and defend now as well. Should be cleared. It is up there. First time to Lazoga, who's now going to start an attack himself, hopefully. Needs a bit of support. Doesn't have backs of pace, but actually showing it fairly well, to be fair to him. He's going through now. Can he play it across the box? Oh, could have maybe shot himself. I just thought that was going to open up for us there. Didn't quite manage to in the end. Hernandez maybe from range. Thought he made it 2-0. Really, really close. Again, just wide. To be fair, we could be 2 or 3-0 up here. Alewski inside. Sayers now coming inside to Lazoga again. O'Kane starting to run things in midfield. Great pass through. Really good ball there. Just couldn't quite manage to find the shot. And then there's now going to look for a cross as well. Alewski's in there, the back post. It's saved by the keeper, but it's not enough. It's 2-0. Alewski there scores the second goal of the game for us just before half-time. 2-0 up now against Bolton. It's been a fantastic performance. What a delivery by the way from Pablo Hernandez. That's his second assist already of the season, and got both the assists so far. What a finish that is as well from Alewski on the volley. But just look at this from Fernandez. Just takes the mick out of the defender a little bit. Great ball in. First time on his left foot. Just nurtures it into the back of the net. Keeper couldn't do enough. And it's 2-0. What a start to the season. First 45 minutes has been really impressive considering it's our first game with the team. And the fact that we're on Legendary as well. Still trying out the difficulties. And yeah, so far so good. That's it for the first half. Still winning the game 2-0 in a really good position right now. Could be 3 or 4 up to be honest at half time. Didn't quite take a couple of chances, but I can't complain about the performance. So far it's been very, very impressive from the team. Hopefully going to continue in the second half. Bolton have been quite wasteful with the 1 or 2 chances that they've had. They've also been wasteful with the ball and they've had it as well. Lazoga. On to Sias, great run from him. Great hold-up play as well. Does he have to finish this time? He does. We've made it 3-0. Sias gets the strike and finishes it off fantastically. Lazoga there, brilliant hold-up play from him. Playing the target man role that we really need as well. And it's now 3-0 inside the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes of the second half. We've managed to add to the scoreline further. Look at this. Basic hold-up play. Runs in behind. Fantastic run as well, by the way. And no stopping that for the keeper. Smashes it into the top left-hand corner. 3-0. What a game this is for us. Going to start to look to the bench now. Got a game against Preston in about 3 days' time in the Cup. So inevitably we're going to have to make some change. I think try and freshen up the team as well as keep players for the other matches that we have coming up. So we are going to bring on, I think, Roof. I might play him centre attacking mid, but we'll change things around in a second. Yeah, so I think we're just going to make all 3 changes right now. We're going to take off all the centre attacking mids. We're going to change them all. Dallas, Roof and Grot are all going to come on, and we are going to therefore take off Sias, Alewski and Hernandez. Lazaga's going to stay on just because I don't expect him to start against Preston in midweek. So we will make that change midweek, and there's no point taking him off now. He's in good form, he's playing really well. I'm just going to try and rest some of the players that were in behind him. Obviously 55 minutes in, very early to be making all 3 changes, but we are obviously in a fantastic position, and we have another game to think about against Preston in about 3 days' time. Finally, all 3 changes made, 20 minutes left of this game. Not quite managed to give the players as much time as I was hoping for, but still enough hopefully to make some sort of impression. Look at how giant Grot is. Can you see on the right hand side? Oh, he's going to be great for us. Hopefully going to try and train him up as well, turn him into a really, really good striker. He's got a good opportunity here, though, to find a cutback. Great chance for Roof, but it's straight into the keeper's arms. Good bit of play, though, from the 2 substitutes. Grot waiting for Roof to make the run. Not seen too much of Roof so far. Looking to try and use his pace. Hopefully he's getting to the box. Can he add to the scoreline? Still going. Roof saved by the goalkeeper. What a run that was inside. Really, really good run from him, but the keeper got an arm to it. It's out for a corner, and Roof's going to play it short to O'Kane. Can we get a good delivery in? Players ran a little bit closer to the goal line I was expecting. Janssen wasn't even in there, but he'll shoot now into a crowd of players and it'll be cleared. And that is it. Got ourselves the first victory of the season. It's a 3-0 win as well against Bolton. What a fantastic result that is. 3 points to add onto the league table and to get us started in this season. Fantastic performance as well. That's exactly what I was after. Really, really good performance. Fully deserved. 10 shots, 5 on target, more possession. And Bolton really struggling for too many shots on target as well. But a really competitive match for us. Really, really happy that we've managed to perform to such a high standard in the first game of the season is really good. So hopefully that takes us to top of the league. We'll have to wait and see what the other results look like. There we are, top of the league already, and we've got ourselves 3 points. 3 goal difference obviously is going to be higher than Millwall's, who are currently in second. But yeah, so far we're in a really, really good position. Some other teams, though, not started particularly well there, as you can see. But yeah, obviously great to be top of the league. That is going to be everything for the first episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back very, very shortly for the next episode of the Leeds Chrome. If you want to know when that goes out exactly, it'll probably be not tomorrow, but the day after. I'll do alternate days for the Leeds Chrome. But if you want to stay up to date, then follow me on Twitter at GamefaceHD and also on Instagram GamefaceHD as well. But that's everything for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 200 likes on the first episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, smash that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Really do appreciate all the support on the channel. Trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the month. You guys can help make that happen, and I'd appreciate it if you did. But that's everything for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.